Okay, let's go around. Who's here? Who's here?
I'm here. Believe it or not, I am here.
Right, please.
Welcome, welcome. Oh, hello.
We've got so much space.
Wow, we have like the lunch meal all over again. Reunion.
I'm very.
Yeah, exactly.
Reunion.
Right back.
We really need a guitar.
Okay, everybody.
For this space.
So we had a little bit of a hiatus. We had 1 week off. I hope everyone enjoyed their vacation. Yeah, you did? Okay. What we like to do first is go around. Everyone say your name. And why are you here? What brings you here to this session of Purpose in Life?
It's Rabbi Jack.
Okay.
Jack is the man.
Okay, if that's not your answer, you're gonna have to leave.
Rabbi Jack is full of wisdom, and he's very kind.
Okay.
And also, it helps that he's good looking as well. It all comes
Okay.
together.
You're taking all of our answers.
Okay, thank you very much for that. David? David is the resident videographer of the class. Thank
Do
you.
my best.
Thanks, David. Okay,
I'm here to hang out with my friend and to listen to some good Torah.
great. Love it. Love it.
Well, I'm here.
On my own, I'm here because I was looking to deepen thoughts on purpose. And this is a really cool topic. Love to hear it. As someone who's in need to add also. What's up?
Clearly you know what's on my mind. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Thanks for coming. Really.
I'm Kyla, and I just like the Jewish lens on any topic. So it's a new topic, and I want to see what we have to say about it.
I'm Jason, and I attend this Rabbi Jack's class.
Jason was one of the first people I ever met at MJE, I must say. Represent.
I decided to stay back.
Good.
I'm Daniel, and you all probably know I want to have 10 children, so gotta learn about how to accomplish that
As
goal.
many as God gives you, as many as you can handle.
I have a feeling it's about 10.
Wow.
If it's 20, it's good too.
Get a really
Trying
wide
to-
goal.
You're trying to have a camper band.
Now that's pushing it.
If you have like triplets every time, that's really possible.
Triplets every
Cool,
time.
okay.
same time.
So this class hopefully will help put it in perspective a little bit. Okay.
Listen to the dream.
I'm Shira. I'm here just to learn more about Torah, Judaism, spend time with good people, immerse myself in that experience, in the Manhattan Jewish experience.
Cool.
I am Maria, and I'm here because of Shira.
Okay.
And because it's good to be with English class for me to learn more
Good.
and try to understand.
Hashem. Okay.
Hando P.
I'm Zach. I'm here because it's always a privilege to learn with Rabbi Jack. And also, I'm curious, how to have kids. So,
Okay.
hopefully we go over that.
We're gonna cover that, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have more source sheets?
Sorry, these are all for me.
Oh, all
You
right.
have them also.
Okay, and last over here.
I don't think I'm convincing, but I figured I would like to learn about why this is such an imperative, and also I don't know if we're going to get into it, but also any lessons about raising kids and what is the role of a parent.
Nice. Okay, excellent. Okay, so I want to start the class with a phenomena that we're probably all familiar with. This is not going to be like a history class, a sociology class. We're not really, going to get deep into the meaning and the reasons behind it. But we're all familiar that the birth rate in America, in the world, is really plummeting, like big time. Okay, a lot of people
It's like the movie Children of Men.
are not. Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
It's a movie where no one has any babies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Should I watch it?
I loved it.
That's great.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's a bunch of shooting involved.
Okay.
and stuff.
Post it in the group
Okay.
chat. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, a lot of people are not having kids. I know people personally. I know some couples that ideologically did not have children. Did not have children, and maybe people here also know people like that. And that's an ideological thing, right? I think, right? Like, why bring a child into this crazy, chaotic, disturbing, horrific world with mass shootings? And why? Why would I want to do that? I am doing a chesed. I am being kind to those souls by not bringing them into the world, right? That's an ideological reason, and there are other more practical reasons, right? Having children is, right? It's really, it's tough. It's tough. You don't get to go to sleep whenever you want. You don't get to go wherever you want.
Sometimes you don't get to sleep, period.
Sometimes you don't sleep at all. It's you're giving up a lot. You're giving up a lot of your own comfort and convenience, and people don't like that. That's what do I need that for? Why do I need that? Okay. Can anyone think of other just basic reasons why people wouldn't have children or want children?
Wiping butts, you know.
What?
Wiping
Diapers?
butts,
Diaper? Yeah. Who wants
you
to?
know?
I must say, anecdotally, as a young father, that's actually one of my favorite parts
Why?
of being a parent. It's actually it's
It's
the best.
Very intimate.
It's very intimate, and I don't know, your child, whatever. We'll get into it. To be there for another life in that vulnerable position, and to care for them, and to not exploit the vulnerability, but to really, sanctify it. I love it.
Also, children, you have to constantly make sure they're not doing something that kills themselves. Like they're
That's true. They don't
always
know.
getting in danger.
You're literally there, right? You're protecting. You're on duty. Well, that was not a pun, but you're always on duty. Yeah.
Kids constrain a marriage.
Yes, that there is data supporting that. That the first kid, especially the toddler years, and then when you get into adolescence, also, it puts a big strain on couples. Expensive, perfect, right? You were machavin to each other. Yeah, it's a lot to live in Manhattan, especially Manhattan, right? Live in Manhattan in a one bedroom, and now you have to buy diapers, and you have to buy
baby food and formula.
You had all these new expenses, and
Sunglasses.
forget about, right? That's on top of tuition, right? You want to spend, okay, you send them to public school, okay, but a Jewish, especially in the Jewish community, day school tuition,
20 bands, 30 bands easily.
right? It's a ton of money. Yeah.
I don't want to contribute to global warming with adding more.
That's ideological.
More people. Yeah, it's also ideological.
More people
Contributes to global warming.
what's the argument though? That
the argument is that the planet's full and we're using up all the resources. We're filling the atmosphere with carbon.
right. So Mother Earth is at risk. Is at risk by adding children.
I know
Okay,
someone
excellent.
with a phobia of giving birth. She's too afraid
That's
to
a
give birth.
that's a great reason, right? That experience.
Not-
I don't think that's irrational.
Yeah.
I guess
I think
you're
it's
right.
very rational.
You're right. Okay.
It
Yes.
is
I
it is
classified it as a
something.
phobia, but she's just genuinely terrified of giving birth.
Oh my
Even though
gosh.
she wants kids, she
Totally.
can't go through
That's
this
I think about that every morning.
can't.
That's
You can
it.
adopt,
Thank
but
God.
she doesn't
Right, you're
want to
putting
adopt.
yourself
You have to be knocked out.
in a life-threatening.
My grandma just woke up. They gave her anesthesia.
What?
My grandma didn't want to
experience.
experience it. They gave her anesthesia. She woke up.
The
Baby was in her
epidural.
lap. She's like, oh, that's wonderful.
Pretty good.
Right. No, a lot of people. I know somebody, right, thought they were not going to do an epidural, and then it the pain started during an epidural.
My mom had to do labor for 17 hours, and I know that because she brings it up every time she wants something from me.
My mother. That's totally legitimate. In fact, we'll see. We'll get into the whole Jewish perspective on this. Just an important, I guess, background note is that there's actually no mitzvah for a woman to have a child. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Meaning there is a mitzvah when it is done, but there's no chiyuv, there's no obligation. It's not on the woman, it's on the man. And one of the reasons for that is exactly what Shira was saying, that the Torah cannot command you to do something that causes pain.
No, that endangers your life.
And especially endangers your life. But I'm talking physical pain.
It's
Even
also physical danger as well. I mean, like it's a very risky thing to.
But it's not completely true. At the end of the day, there is pain involved with milah, and all the men have to do it.
Okay, brit milah, right? And you're saying the
Okay, so I'm
baby,
not fully conscious of the
but
ramifications.
again, right?
What
Okay.
does- So what does a convert say?
What?
What does a convert say? Convert sometimes when people convert.
Okay, we don't have to get all technical. Whatever. Okay,
Well, I'll
fine.
tell you, we're not knowledgeable about it when it happens.
I am true.
Anyway, so that's a phenomena that's happening. People are not having children. What does Judaism have to say about children? Why do we have children? So I want to draw your attention. These are very basic sources. It's nothing too obscure or out there. And just to get a very fundamental view of the Torah's perspective on children. Okay? Source number 1. Maybe you've seen this one already. Who wants to read? In English.
God blessed them, and God said to them, "Be fertile and increase, fill the earth and master it, and rule the fish of the sea, the birds of the sky, and all the living things that creep on earth."
Okay, very interesting. I didn't even see this translation before just now. How do we normally translate pru-revu?
Be fruitful and multiply.
Right, be fruitful and multiply. I don't know why here it's be fertile and multiply. That's interesting. Pru-revu. This is the first, really one of the first mitzvahs given to human beings in general. Given to Adam and Eve. Pru-revu. Pru comes from the word
Fruit.
pri, right? A fruit. Right, a fruit is right on a tree. You plant and you grow the tree, and then it bears fruit. It's the offspring of the tree. Have offspring, umilu et haaretz. Fill the earth. Fill the earth and take over the earth and inhabit the earth and settle the earth. The Sefer HaChinuch, which is an awesome book. He actually goes through all 613 mitzvot. We know there's 613 mitzvot, but it's not clear from the Torah what they are. So a bunch of different rabbis try to figure out and determine, identify what are the 613 mitzvot. So this is the Sefer HaChinuch, which means the book of mitzvah education, and he likes to, he goes by the parsha. So this is the very first mitzvah that he says. He quotes the pasuk we just read, and then he says, what's this mitzvah all about? Why do we have this mitzvah? Kidei sheyeh ha'olam miyushav. It's in order so that the world be inhabited. She'Hashem Baruch Hu chafetz b'yishuvo. Because Hashem, the Creator, desires His world to be filled with people. Right? So it's kind of like the opposite of that argument of, let's not have children so that the earth can be at peace. It can be in its, state of equilibrium and nature. Judaism, it's the total opposite, right? No, the earth was made for people. It was made so that people would come onto the scene and fill the earth. Okay? And he quotes another pasuk. This is another important source for this idea from Isaiah. Lo tohu bra'ah lasheves yitzara. It's very explicit, down to the point. Lo tohu bra'ah. God did not make the world for it to be empty. Right? He didn't make 7 continents. Is it 7 now? Do we, right? There's debates. I don't know. Antarctica.
I think that was for the planets. Pluto.
Oh, yeah, that's planet. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, right? There's this vast, enormous world with all of these resources and all of these sights to see and all of these potential, growth to be had. Hashem made it for human beings to come onto the scene. V'hi mitzvah gedolah shebisibata. Next page, mitkaimot kol ha-mitzvos ba'olam. Another important point. So number 1, Hashem's desire in making the world was for the world to be full of human beings. That's point number 1. Point number 2, Why is this? This is a big mitzvah, he says. It's a big one. Why? Because it's the bedrock of all the other mitzvahs. How do mitzvahs work?
Well, people do things.
Exactly. You need people to do mitzvahs. Right? The people is meant to do, meant to do mitzvahs. Right? The whole purpose of a mitzvah is for a human being, flesh and blood, that also has this spiritual, angelic side to them, to go and do divine acts within the physical world. They're not meant for angels. Right? And that happens in this world. And in order for mitzvahs to be done in the world, what's your name again? Daniel, of course. That was a joke.
What was your Rabbi Jack?
No, Jerry. I don't know. Right?
Jack Daniels.
Right? The whole goal is for mitzvahs to be done. You need people to do mitzvahs. Okay, fine. Who is responsible in Pru'urvu? V'nohages, just skipping to where it says Dalet on the second page. V'nohages b'chol makom v'chol zman. This mitzvah applies in all places, at all times. But you might think, especially, where is this relevant? In the Torah. Right, you may have thought that Pru'urvu shouldn't apply. This comes up. Anyone know where?
That it doesn't apply?
Yeah, somebody thought, or a couple thought, maybe we shouldn't have children now.
Holocaust?
Holocaust?
Okay, so that type of situation, very good, right?
Genius.
Amram and Yocheved. Amram and Yocheved were, right, Moshe's parents. In Egypt, in the book of Exodus, the very beginning, there's a decree, right? Any baby boy that is born is going to die.
Yeah.
We're going to chuck the baby into the river. So what do Yocheved and Amram decide? Let's not have children. What's the point of having a child if the second that they're born, the Egyptians are going to come and kill the child? So what was the response? Right, what did Miriam famously say?
You're killing
Anybody?
all of
Wait,
us.
let's see if anybody knows. Raise your hand if you know.
It was like Paro just wants to kill all the boys, but not having any children kills all the boys and all.
Right, good. You said it very politely. What Miriam said was, you're worse than Paro. Paro's just killing the boys. You're killing the boys and the girls. You're worse than Paro. Right? So they ended up having a baby, and it was Moshe, and he was the leader and the redeemer and all that. Right? And the idea there, by the way, is that in terms of mitzvahs in general, right, we are responsible to do the mitzvah. The outcome, whatever happens, we leave that up to Hashem. We leave that up to Hashem. Hashem has a way. He gave the mitzvah, you do the mitzvah. Another figure in Tanakh had this type of idea, that maybe I shouldn't have a baby because something bad is going to happen if I do. You remember who it was?
I know, but I'm not saying. I don't want to get some.
Anyone know? This is more obscure. It's not in the Torah. It's really in the prophets. You want to say? Very good. King Chizkiyahu said, I'm going to do the world a favor. I'm not going to have children.
No, because he saw that his kid was supposed to be messed. It was going to be really bad.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened. He saw in a prophecy that coming from him, his child was going to be Menashe. Menashe was one of the worst Jewish kings that ever existed. He encouraged idolatry. He encouraged the breaking of the Torah. He was an awful person. And King Chizkiyahu saw this in the Nevuah. He said, oh my gosh, this kid's going to come from me.
Not his grandkid, his own kid.
His own kid. I'm not having children. I don't want that to happen. So he didn't have children. And the prophet, who was the prophet? Yeshayahu, Isaiah, came to him and said, what are you doing? King, it's been a couple of years. You're married. Where are your children? And he said, I saw it. What do you mean? I saw in the prophecy, Menashe is going to come from me. King Isaiah said, who are you? Who do you think you are, delving into the secrets of the Creator? You have a mitzvah. You have a commandment to have a child. What are you thinking about? Oh, but this child is going to go off the derech. This child's going to be a terrible... That's not up to you. Hashem decides that. Your job, you have a mitzvah to have a child. Okay? Those are two important examples of that. Okay, so it applies, so again, going back to this source, it applies in all places, at all times. And a person is obligated to try to do this from the time that it's appropriate for them. So this goes hand in hand with the time to get married. Anyone know what age Chazal say, the sages say, a person should get married?
No older than 20.
What's the ideal age?
12 and 13. No.
18.
Okay.
18. Chai l'chuppah, right? Chai l'chuppah, right? It's an interesting question, and actually some commentaries raise this. What age do mitzvahs apply? 13, right?
13 is the age that mitzvahs apply in the world to come, but in terms of consequences for the physical world, within the physical world, it doesn't apply until the age of 20.
Excellent, fine. But there's still, right? Why don't we get married? Why is the age not 13?
These days we know why. The body's not... I was a late bloomer, my body was...
Okay.
Much later.
I don't have to...
So if I got married at 13...
Okay, big gadol though, right? Looking at the whole... Thank you for feeling so comfortable to share that. But big gadol, in general, it's a good question, right? Why not 13?
I don't think 13-year-olds make good husbands.
Okay, so Zach, what are you talking about?
Maybe the Jewish answer is you need time to develop good habits of your own religious life.
Yes, I was going to say something very similar, which is like you're finally exposed and obligated, but also exposed to all these mitzvot, to all these new concepts of life, and it's like, how do you develop life when you're starting out your life?
So meaning you're being hit by all these new ideas, and now we're also gonna have you get married at 13.
But is it new
that's
ideas,
too much.
or is it just new applications?
Okay.
Maybe. You already have the ideas.
Right. There's an idea of chinuch, that a child's meant to be already, their whole life, they're getting ready for that moment of becoming of age.
That's what I felt like being in yeshiva.
Yeah, Josh.
Going back to something you said earlier.
Yeah.
So what about kind of derail things, but like what about things of like genetic issues? I know that like certain parents will do genetic testing to ensure that their child isn't likely to have certain genetic conditions.
Right.
So how do you is that something that is shouldn't be done, or
so genetic meaning
before you start dating?
Right. The real question is a couple that's already married and they know they're both carriers for a serious disease. What do they do in that situation?
Is adoption like sufficient to fill the...
Oh, that's a good question, right? How does adoption fit into this? So the truth is that before finding a marriage partner, especially now where there's easy access to a lot of genetic testing, it really should be done, because you don't want to be in that situation. You really don't want to be in that situation. And it's awkward, right? When you're like, it's awkward. It's an awkward conversation to have, because you also you want to get it as early as possible. You don't want things to develop, and then you're madly in love with each other, and then you do the testing, and it's so that's the ideal. But bidi eved, you know what bidi eved means? So there's two terms. We're gonna get a little Talmudic right now. Lechatchila means the ideal. Bidi eved means in
realistic,
a less ideal situation. After the fact, right? Post facto. But bidi eved, let's say a couple they got married, they never did the genetic testing. They're both carriers for this. What do? That's I leave that for the big guns. I leave that for the big guns.
I mean, if you know for a fact that your son was going to be an evil king, but it was still right to have them, how much more would it be still right to have them, even if they might have some genetic condition?
It's a good question. You're saying you're using that same logic.
Yes.
That we know they're going to have Tay-Sachs, but it's not up. But I think that's different. That's different. Anyone can think of a difference?
Because there's no opportunity. Like
Well-
the opportunity. I guess the thinking is like in that case the son had an opportunity to.
That's what I was going to
like
say.
free will, like the opportunity.
Right.
To be
Evil's his
righteous,
choice.
To be righteous, yes.
Right.
But in a
It's not.
But if you have a genetic
If
condition,
you have a genetic condition, it's like
Not your choice.
But that-
predetermined that that's what's going to happen, right? There's no like the child from the child's perspective, like right they have no free will in that decision.
But Menashe didn't have free will because a prophet prophesies that he would be a bad person in a sense. Like
Yeah, but that doesn't.
in this case, though, like someone with, God forbid, a genetic illness can still do mitzvahs.
and be happy.
You know, like if Hashem didn't want life to be difficult, it would be perfect for everybody. Everybody has their challenges, and some people have like, genetic, physical challenges, which can be heartbreaking. But it doesn't mean that the person doesn't deserve to have a life.
Yeah, it's a tough question. I wouldn't be so quick to say either way. I don't think it's so obvious what to do in that situation. Yeah, Kyla.
I think in the case of the evil king, evil has a purpose in the world to show us what it's like to have leadership that like breaks a tablet or that so that we know what it actually looks like. And we learn from it, and then there's different leadership afterwards. So it has even an evil king has a purpose, and so it should be born.
Right. I'm more of the opinion of what Josh said, that Chizkiyahu Melech wasn't forced, meaning he wasn't the one determining, right? You are going to be an evil king. That was not him.
Right.
When it comes to the disease, you and your spouse know that you are imparting this disease to this child, right? Yeah.
But then we get to like situations where like I mean, you can have the same discussion in terms of abortion also, right? Like, at what point do we say that like this is going to be leading to a child with a life that's not worth having? You know what I mean? Like, is it better to have a child with this disease or to not have a child at all?
I love that. That leads us to our next source.
But it's on purpose. It's
Thank
for
you,
real.
Mayan. Thanks for that.
Wow.
The next source. Okay, so first of all, fascinating idea about, okay, so number one, there's a mitzvah to have children. That's just, the starting point. But now these are interesting ideas. Ein ben David ba. Who's Ben David?
Mashiach.
Ben David? That's Mashiach, right? Mashiach will not come. Ad sheyichlu kol haneshamot shebaguf. Okay, I don't know if anyone's heard this idea before. Apparently, up in the spiritual heavenly realms, there is a treasure chest called the goof. Okay?
The body.
The goof, right. Same word as the body. And in the body are all the souls. They're all the souls. So basically what Rabbi Asi here, and this is from the Talmud, he says, Mashiach won't come until all of those souls have come down into the world.
Oh my god.
Okay?
That's crazy.
So we got to follow Daniel's. Daniel had the right idea, right? He wants to make sure Mashiach comes.
Get him down here.
Just make sure you have as many children as possible to make sure that you do your part in trying to bring Mashiach.
Crank out the units.
Okay?
Yep.
That's why. Wait, is that really? Whoa. Is this really the reason, or
That's what it says.
To like why the ultra religious have many kids?
Well, yes.
That is one of the reasons.
It's partially.
And
Partially.
Break down as
reason
many
is
souls.
tax benefits.
Okay? That's number one. But here, this is where it gets to Mayan's point. Tanya, Rabbi Eliezer Omer. Kol mi she'ein osek b'pirya v'rivya. Somebody that is not involved in pirya v'rivya, is not involved in this mitzvah of having children, or trying to have children. Notice that that's how the mitzvah is formulated, by the way. It doesn't say the mitzvah is to have children. It's not, no. The mitzvah is to be osek, b'pirya v'rivya. It means to try. It means that's like an area of life that I'm working on.
Is the mitzvah to try or to do? Because I heard to fulfill the mitzvah you have to have one boy and one girl.
Okay.
So some people say 2 and 2.
Right, but the question is, how do you fulfill it?
No, I have an uncle that kept
Meaning-
got 2 of each.
It's actually a huge debate. It's a huge machlokas. Is it you trying or is it the outcome?
Well, if you're trying and it doesn't work, it's not your fault.
Exactly.
There's
Right?
no sin if you can't get
There's
pregnant.
no guarantees.
So is the machlokas is if you're trying and it's not working because you know that somebody is about to get infertile, whether you should divorce, is that the
That's also a question. But that's no. What we're talking about here is there. It happens to be we paskin, right. The mitzvah is to have a boy and a girl, one boy, one girl. It doesn't even stop there, right? That are able to have a boy and a girl,
So you need to be healthy enough to reproduce.
right?
you gotta hedge your bets. You gotta have a lot of
You can't control that. What if I have 10 daughters?
You gotta have more than one.
I can't have one son, so I didn't fulfill the mitzvah.
Keep going.
Well, if you have 3 kids, you're statistically likely to make it. You know,
Right.
to make it into the next generation.
Right, it's putting all your eggs in
Don't
different
put all your
baskets.
eggs in one basket.
Rabbi
But-
Ezra's brother has 6 daughters.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, there are a lot of families that only have girls.
Tevye has 5 daughters.
Tevye from Fiddler on the Roof.
Some families
Right.
have boys also.
They say very
Yeah,
strong
my
men
cousins are
only
all
make
men.
daughters. Very
6
strong men.
first cousins. these are all
Interesting.
men.
But here, let's get back to the main point here. Kol mi she'eino osek b'pirei v'rivya. Anybody that's not involved in this endeavor. That meaning the people that we were talking about when we started. The people that are ideologically, I'm not doing this. I want to save Mother Earth. It's a burden. I don't want it. Okay, very strong language. Ki'ilu shofech damin. Very strong language. Ki'ilu shofech damin. Again, this is talking about somebody that is purposefully not interested in having children. Ki'ilu shofech damin. What does that mean? Shofech damin. It's murder. It's murder. Such a person is denying a soul's access and entryway into the world. Okay, good.
Wait, can you repeat what the comparison was or the analogy was to murder? Or was it like
Not having babies.
Not having children.
because it's
Purposefully not
it's-
having children.
It's a wasted if you're able the argument is if you're capable of having children and
Talking
you
about
don't-
someone that's fully capable and
Compared to
chooses not to. It's their own out of their own choice.
even if
No, please.
even if it's just an interesting because you're not actually committing murder but also embarrassment.
Right, so let's think about it. Why is it comparable to murder?
Right.
Why would the rabbis compare it to murder?
It's promoting non-existence.
Hey, you're stopping them from ever existing. You're ending their life possibility.
Before it even starts.
You're not giving them a fair chance.
It's
Right.
generations. It's generations ahead.
Right. It's also right. You're not happy with, let's say, somebody's doing it because life stinks. I'm helping them by not having the baby. Life stinks.
But what if like you come from a place, like let's just say you're like living a very impoverished life.
Mhm.
You're like I don't want to give my children this life that I live. Is that still considered murder? If you like are coming from nothing, you're like I won't have anything to provide my children with. You know.
What do you guys say?
You brought this up before in another example. Was it in here? I don't know if it was in here. Who was it? You brought it up as well, huh? You mentioned the guy by name.
This Kiel.
Hiskiel. He was in a rough spot. He didn't want to.
It's very easy for us to be comfortable and have a belly full of apples and honey and say, oh, it doesn't matter how poor you are, you should try to have children anyway.
My argument exactly.
But that is what I'm saying.
You struggle.
You know?
Oh really? That's still your argument.
Yeah, I guess
My
so.
argument is finding the irony in that argument.
Yeah, I know it's ironic.
Yeah.
I mean, but what about the people that we know that have overcome, like the classic examples of people who've been able to overcome, like coming from really, really hard backgrounds, situations that I'll never understand. You know, like I'm not disagreeing with the fact that I'm privileged and therefore can't understand it, but we know that it is possible, and if Moshe's parents decided not to have him, then the Jewish people wouldn't be able to leave Egypt. Kind of,
Right.
you know. So it's stopping the possibility of even overcoming
So she brought up the example.
That's
And-
true.
yeah.
And who knows, right? Tomorrow you could win the lottery. Tomorrow you could, right? Your long lost cousin left an inheritance for you, right? Wealth is so. I understand that, we have to work within the, realm of nature and expect, we have to be smart.
And
So that-
something unless no reliance on miracles.
Right, we don't rely on miracles.
But they do say that if you have children, Hashem will make sure they're fed if you're doing your part.
It's a tremendous act of faith if you're hungry
Totally.
to still believe Hashem will provide for the children.
Totally.
But ironically, which countries have dropping birth rates? The rich countries where there's more food than we know what to do.
That's a great point. That's a great
I
point.
think Japan and Korea and Italy and France have the very lowest birth rates, and these are some of the best places to live. It's the poorest countries where apparently people are just.
That's
can't say it.
fascinating.
That is a good argument.
I have
think
put my
people-
faith in God in that kind of way before, and it turned out right by giving technically way more tzedakah than I could afford.
You also see
It
culture.
came back to me
Wow.
fivefold.
Wow.
So
Very nice.
I think it's once you experience it once, especially with tzedakah, which is a guarantee.
Familial systems.
It's a guarantee
It's
from
scary.
Hashem.
It's scary. It's a scary thing when,
Relationships
you
with
know,
different men have 15
as
different
far as you can tell, by me doing this mitzvah, it's going to put me in a very tough spot, right? Personally. And it's scary to approach a mitzvah like that.
Well, that's all we're here for, really. It's the most important purpose.
Ah, right.
The number one
Okay.
mitzvah.
Right.
Well, even physically, even scientifically, your number one drive to not die is to procreate.
Sure.
Right? That's like, that's what people live
Hardwired.
for. That's what people like. I don't, like if you watch like in popular culture movies, I don't want to die before I got married and have kids, right? You, according to science,
Right, it's
you're a
very
part of
basic.
an unbroken chain of millions of years of consecutive parents, and you're gonna be the first one to break that chain. That wouldn't feel good.
Interesting perspective.
That's why it's so sad to hear.
Okay, so we gotta wrap up. So I'm just gonna present the last source, and then we can, for those that want to stay and have a discussion, and could go all night long. Last source. This is just. So we've talked about like the Torah's basically mandate, right, to have children, and this other idea about it hastens the redemption. Having children, to not have children is like you're murdering. This is another very interesting source. It's from the Talmud, which says Shlosha shutafin hein ba'adam, that there are 3 partners in the creation of a human being. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, ve'avi ve'ima, a person's father and mother. 3 partners in the work of creation of a human being. Bizman she'adam mechabed es aviv es imo, at a time when a person honors their father and mother, Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu ma'aleh ani aleim kilu darki b'neihem v'chibduni. I consider it to be that I'm dwelling amongst these parents and children v'chibduni, and they've honored me. Here we have a parallel between Hashem and parents. Right? Hashem and parents. If you look at the 10 Commandments even, right? The 10 Commandments, usually we split them up into 5 and 5. 5 we consider to be mitzvot that are, we say bein adam la, we say la makom, right? Between man and God. And the other 5 are ben adam la chavero, between interpersonal mitzvot. What side is honoring parents? It's number 5. It's on the first tablet, between man and God. What gives? Parents are people. Parents aren't gods. So the truth is that becoming a parent, it is the most godlike thing a person can do.
Because you're creating something?
It's literally, it's almost, it's the best, it's the best classroom for being able to understand what it is that God does for a person, for a human being. Not only do you bring new life into existence, but you are there for that life. You care about that life. You listen to that life. You feed, clothe, change that life.
Give him
Right? Your child cries. They spit in your face. You know, when they grow older, they slap. No, they shouldn't slap you, but they curse you out. They right? They yell at you, and what do?
Love them.
All you do is just love them, love and love and love and love and love them. It's possibly, I think it is. I mean, I think the source says it all, that it is the closest thing you can do to understanding Hashem and to becoming more like Him. So let's all, my bracha is all, that Jewish people and all of us our lives should be filled with children. We should try our best. Again, it's not always up to us. It's not always up to us. It's almost all up to Hashem, what He desires. But at least to try, to at least endeavor to have that in our lives. And God willing, in 50 years from now, we'll have a class reunion with all of our children and our grandchildren, and we'll reminisce about this class.
And Dad's still gonna look the same age.
Yes, God
I'm
willing.
gonna be just as
Okay. Very good. Thanks for coming, everybody. Have a good night.
Night, everybody.
And David's gonna post a video on.
You could post it. I'm gonna post it on the chat.
Oh, is it
Yes, and that's it.